Hey guys, it's Grace with Boujee Beaks Hen Haven. It's a big day today. Today is my birthday. Before you break out in song, I need to let you know that I am one of Jehovah's Witnesses and we do not celebrate birthdays. So why did I bring it up? Because today is also Hatch Day and I'm so excited because I have this to look forward to rather than dwelling on the fact that I'm yet 1 year closer to that infamous black hill that we all dread going over. Okay, so today is also the Ides of March when Julius Caesar was assassinated. Et tu, Brute? I think I have a theme for naming these little chicks. Let's have a look at what they're doing. All right, so here they are. And these are my eggs for my babies. Now over here, these are somebody else's eggs. And they are about a day and a half behind these. So we're not going to be dealing with those for right now. All right, you see right there? Somebody has pipped. Now, what does that mean? Before hatching, they are going to position their heads down towards this bottom of the egg, because if you recall, that's where the air sac is. Yeah, that thing, remember? And then they're going to break into the air sac, and at that point, they're going to get some air, and that air will last them, I'll put it up. I can't remember exactly how much. All right, so anyway, and then at that point, you may actually hear them peeping inside the eggs. So when they break the air sac, it's called an internal pip, P-I-P. And when they break through the shell of the egg like this is an external pip. All right, so as far as I'm aware, only this one has pipped. And typically it's down towards the back of the egg. So I am slightly concerned because she's way up there. So I'm hoping that we're not going to have a problem with that. Then what's going to happen is she's going to start basically sawing the egg in half. And you'll see her push and she'll start turning in the egg and she's like pushing. And then she'll break the egg almost in half. And then when she feels it loosening up on herself, she's going to start flexing and she'll split the egg open the rest of the way. Now, here is a big misnomer, and this is something that I didn't even understand at first. When you see this and they start the hatching process, that does not mean that they are developed fully yet. There are several things that have to happen. The yolk is going to continue to descend on up into the abdomen, and that's going to be their food for the next 48 or so hours, okay? So that's going to give them time for everyone else to hatch and fluff up, okay? But if it starts going longer than 48 hours, you're going to have to start making a decision. For me, it's a dual purpose of having them here in the bathroom, because in order to keep the humidity the same temperature, I can run the shower water in the heat and then remove chicks safely, or safer than just simply opening the incubator and letting that humidity drop. Humidity is very, very important in this process because they have this membrane around them, and it's like a double layered membrane. And if the humidity drops, that membrane can dry out and kind of shrink wrap on your chick. And then you'll have like a shrink wrapped chick and they can't get out, and you'll be picking membrane off of them for the next however long until you can get them out. Okay, so again, the yolk's going to descend up into the abdomen, but remember all of those little blood vessels? Those things? Yeah. Okay, so they're still attached to your chick. And they've got to kind of close off. So that's why in my other video, and I didn't explain it well then, I think I was just really nervous because it was only the second time having to break one out. I had to jailbreak a chicken. That when I said you can really peel away part of your chick, what I really meant was that if the blood vessels are still attached and you pull on them, then your birdie can bleed to death. So it's very tempting. It's going to be very tempting in this process to help your chicks out. No, 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 no. The only time you want to help a chick is when it has become very apparent that there's nothing else to be done but help the chick. Like they're going to die if you don't do something. I've had that happen twice now. And you can really, there's some telltale signs that your chick is not making any progress. After they pip like this, you know, I mean, they can be in there 12, 18 hours and not do a single thing. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your chick. Remember, it's got an opening to the outside world. So it is, you know, it's got air. But one of the things that happened with both my peepers, no, with my second peeper, my first peeper just she couldn't even make it that far. But anyway, if you see the beak hanging out, see, the beak should be inside the shell, and I'll show you this later because they're going to use it to push, you know, as they unzip the egg. If the beak is out and they're trying to come straight out like that, right at you, they're not going to make it out because they're not positioned correctly. And there's some other reasons why they may not make it out, but I can't think of them right now. So I'm going to leave well enough alone. I'll check back with you later when we have some progress. How adorable is that? So it's been several hours and I've come back in to check on them. This one has sort of split the egg. I'm still a little bit concerned about how her positioning may be. So if you look at her here and how far forward she is in the egg, and then you look at this one over here, see how it's pipped right there and how far back it is, because back right there is the air cell. By the way, it's called an air cell, not an air sac, and definitely not an egg sac. But for some reason, I just can't manage to bring myself to say that. Now, does this mean that these are going to be my first eggs to hatch? No, not at all. Actually, I find it funny that sometimes I'll have an egg that'll take hours and hours, like all day long. Like it'll be the first one like this to pip, and it'll be rocking and rolling and moving and squeaking and squealing and peeping. And you think, man, that one's going to come out at any time. But they do that like all day long. And then finally, at some point, they come out. Whereas I can be sitting here focused on this egg and not even realize that back over here somewhere, somebody is already 3/4 of the way out and I didn't even notice. I didn't even know that egg had pipped. I didn't even know they were alive. I didn't know they were moving. I didn't hear anything. And yet it's already like halfway out of the egg. So it can happen in 15 minutes or it can take all day and into the next day. So that's where we're at so far. And I've got another 2 clients to go today. So fortunately, they're all here. Do not look at my hair. It is windy outside and I look like doggone the little orphan Annie. Anyway, I will end this video here like this, and I will, because it's getting kind of long, and I will pick up again after my clients and we'll see if we've made any progress. Hopefully we'll have some babies.